You know, in retrospect, I should have eaten my last cracker before you pressed record.
Well,
You know,
you're here for the mess. You're here for the chaos. Welcome to Vegan Tzatziki on a Cracker, the podcast. Just kidding. This is You Can't Avoid the Mess. We are more than halfway through our second season at this point.
which is crazy work.
So, thank you everyone who has listened, including our new listener in Portugal.
Hey.
Hello, our listener in the Philippines.
Our few
Singapore.
listeners in Vietnam.
That was the other one. Vietnam. Hello.
I have so many questions about all of it, but I will answer none of them. So anyways, as you can tell, if you're watching this clip, I don't know, we're in person, yay! And we're going to hope and pray to every podcast god that exists that this works. Because if this does us dirty like it did last time we attempted an in-person episode, I will cry. Tell me why I'm pretty sure somewhere we do still have an hour-long clip of just our mouths moving and no audio.
We looked amazing.
We did.
We looked so
Granted,
good.
the
We looked
camera
so
quality
cute.
wasn't as good.
Okay. All right. We're working on that. Oh, you know what?
It'll be there. It'll be there. But maybe you're watching this and it's a couple months from now and it's on YouTube. Who knows? You never know.
You can never be sure.
So today, though, we aren't here to talk about vegan tzatziki sauce, as delicious as this is. For my dairy-free
Shout out to
baddies,
Trader Joe's.
may I recommend-
Shout out of the episode.
may I recommend this dairy-free Trader Joe's tzatziki sauce. Delicious and scrumptious. Now that our food
Recommendation?
food
Food
vlogging-
plug.
Yeah.
Food. Our mukbang. The mukbang portion of the
Never speak
Oh,
again.
we'll take a little sippy. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Now we're ready.
moving right along.
Yes.
What are we talking about today?
This week, we're talking about motherhood again because we are not done sharing our thoughts with the internet, whether you want them or not. Welcome to Motherhood Part 2. Last time, we talked about fertility, and it's not just in the sense of like, oh, infertility, blah, 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 aging. You'll never know. You got to get it checked.
Yep.
It's important. It's something that is not talked about enough, we think. We talked about the financial implications of having children. It's expensive. Things are expensive. Gas is expensive, so are diapers. There's a lot of I wouldn't know personally, but
Like I imagine that it is expensive, so that sucks for you guys.
things are like, not looking forward to that. There's no perfect time on that note. There's no perfect time to start the family of your dreams. There's always going to be something that feels like it could get in the way for you, or something that makes raising children harder. Life is messy. That's why we're here. What was the other thing?
God, I hope that my gulps are not in the audio. Like, why am I taking the biggest sips of my life when we're recording? I'm a thirsty girl. Also, if I sound super I'm just a thirsty girl. If I sound super hoarse, it's because I am getting over delicious cold that my daughter gave me.
Why did you have to say it like that?
Because I live to freak you out. Anyways, like I said on the tailbone episode, by the way, in case anyone was wondering, my ass is much less broken now and I can sit.
She's sitting. We're sitting on the
Look at
floor
us.
even. Wow.
Look at us. And I'm not sitting perfectly upright like a show dog.
The gesture that happened, if you're listening to this and not watching, the gesture is exactly what you would have imagined.
Listen. So my ass is doing much better. Thank you all for asking. And then also, what was I going to say? Oh, I will try and limit my sniffles or just like weird sounds from over here. But then again, I am human. This is my podcast. And
We're using one mic. 2 girls, 1 mic.
and you said I'm bad. Anyways, will we have 2 mics the next time that we do an in-person episode? Probably. But you know what? For today, we're just going to hope and pray that this works okay. And if it doesn't, well, you already had that demonic intro a couple weeks ago. So, you know.
If it doesn't
Can it
work,
get worse than that? I don't know.
That was great.
Anyways, what else did we talk about last time? We also talked about lifestyle changes and motherhood as it relates to career aspirations and societal implications of that. Oh my god, that makes it sound so academic, but I swear, like always, we're
are
not
academic. We're smart.
We are smart, but our podcast is not an academic one. Our podcast is the drunk girl in the club, okay?
Okay.
She's honest. She's kind. But she's a mess.
I tried to get a little literary with our title about death a couple weeks ago, and it was not approved.
Hey. Mine was better. So
I thought it was clever. Alternate title for our death episode for our listeners. Comment or whatever you do to show your appreciation for this if you get this far in the episode. We cannot stop for death. Emily Dickinson reference.
Does everyone appreciate how much Olivia was like waiting for oh my god, like a reaction, right? It was like a sitcom gone wrong. Anyways, this time we're not here to talk about those things, but we are still here to talk about motherhood. And I think one of the reasons that we decided to do a second episode on motherhood, because this will be the only topic that we've done a part 2 of. Not to say that we'll never do a part 2 again. But so far, this is the only one that we have featured in both season 1 and season 2, is because I think it's important for us to always keep in mind that the concept of motherhood, our feelings towards it, our feelings about ourselves and our children, if we have them, are constantly in evolution, right? Like before we press record, you asked me what has changed since we last recorded our other episode, which was about 5-6 months ago. And honestly, I feel like a good deal. Like I feel like leading up to that first benchmark of like a year, there's still so much that's up in the air. Whereas now I feel like we feel a little bit more settled. We feel a little bit more, we have a routine, which is thrown out of whack because of course I'm switching jobs again. Love. However, I do feel like it feels settled in some ways. And then also I genuinely feel, and this opinion I hold not just because of my own child, but because I've taken care of lots of children across my life, that between 1 and 2 is some of the hardest stuff that will ever happen. Oh my god, I'm so popular. I'm so sorry. So sorry, everyone. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Brief interlude.
And for that, I apologize.
I'm going to put the dip away.
Caroline's and Suzuki songs. Oh, that would be the grossest tears.
That's really gross.
I'm so sorry. What was I going to say?
We have more of a routine now.
We do have more of a routine. Oh, but between 1 and 2, like, I know that people will meme this a lot online of like, oh, why do people keep track of, like, say your baby's 1 year old, like they're not 17 months or whatever. But I genuinely don't think people realize until you have kids how different a 3-month-old and a 9-month-old are. Mm-hmm. But specifically between 1 and 2, the difference between a 13-month-old, like someone who just turned 1, and someone who like a 23-month-old, someone who's about to turn 2, it's massive.
Like
it's
a milestone every month.
Different human being. Case in point, my daughter, as you know, popped out 4 teeth this week. The book.
4 teeth in a week.
4. One of them being a molar. There was blood involved. It was a lot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just...
I wasn't aware.
Please, God.
Okay.
What's happening? Anyways, so I think that's one of those things is like this age feels a little bit like where the first year, it's like I'm opening the app to be like, what are the next milestones? This, it's like, I don't have that kind of time anymore because I'm not sitting on a couch holding a little potato that I love. I'm like chasing...
You're chasing the potato.
Who escaped this morning, by the way. Grabbed a little bag and put it on her shoulder and was like, My mom opened the door to let her see outside, and apparently she just walked out. My mom was like, oh, shit. Anyways, she's fine, in case you're wondering. So I think that there's that, right? There isn't that much, I think. And I only have one child, so I can only speak to my one experience. But I think the more people talk about it, it's like when everything is novel and everything is new for you as a parent, it's like you pay so much attention to the like every single milestone, every single moment, whatever. At this point in time, like, I'm not paying that close of attention to things, and I'm also not, I think one of the most positive changes over the past 6 months is I'm not trying to check things off, in the sense that one of the things that I'm really glad that I've now adopted into my philosophy of childhood is that sleep is not a thing that is either good or bad, and it's not something to be fixed, and it's continually evolving and doesn't settle until around age 5.
Useful information.
Yes.
Wow.
Does that mean that every kid has that? No, but like overwhelmingly. And I get a lot out of this week's fan of Camilla's a fan of, but Hey Sleepy Baby on Instagram, Rachel Shepardota, I think does a really great job of showing that, not just talking about that, but showing that. So, for example, like their family just traveled to Japan, and they were in Japan for a couple weeks, and they just traveled back, and she has 3 kids, and the youngest is 3, and she was talking about how just bedtime has been like low-key a mess for the past whatever. And this is someone who has degrees and knowledge in like infant sleep and in childhood development, and someone who teaches and runs a whole fucking business of sleep consulting, and still has weeks where it's just a fucking mess. And I think that that's such an important reminder. Yeah, I think that it's just like, it's not so straightforward. And I think that that's the case with motherhood in general. I think we put such an expectation of us, like, we're either going to love it or we're going to hate it, or we're whatever. But
everything's
like
extreme.
Everything's defined. Everything's one camp or the other. I will say that there are parts of this time that I don't love. Because, like, at this age, and I know this from kids before, but now I'm learning with my own that I birthed, there are so many feelings, so many opinions, but so little vocabulary.
Yeah.
That, like, I drive her nuts because she's trying to talk to me, but I don't know what the fuck Daegu means. Anyone wants to come over and figure out what the fuck Daegu means? We're going on a month of us trying to figure out what this means, and her being increasingly, she's like, Daegu, and we're like, what do you want? So unless someone out there is teaching my child another language, so I don't know.
Oh my god. Well, I was gonna ask about that. Like,
yeah.
Because I met her when she was what, like 8 months, maybe?
7? Maybe?
7, 8 months?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
And you were teaching baby ASL. How far did that go? And how successful was that?
Okay, so I've learned since the last couple of months that baby ASL is terrible framing for it, because it's just ASL.
Mm-hmm.
And just because you're teaching a child a language, you don't say, like, baby Spanish or baby whatever, and it's, like, minimizing towards specifically ASL as a language, and people take it less seriously because of that.
Because there's a difference between, like, black ASL and, like, other dialects, you know. It's just like,
I don't know. I know very little about ASL. I did not know that there was, like,
yeah, and like every language. I mean, not every.
Well, yeah, no, I know that there's British Sign Language and whatnot, but yeah. So, anyways, so ASL, how did that go? Honestly, we didn't try all that much besides more. She's really good at more. Now she says it more than she signs it, but if she gets really excited, she just goes mo, mo, mo. It's really freaking cute. My goal is that in the next year we teach her some more. I have been more focused on establishing more like Spanish fluency right now, because I feel like she talks a lot in Spanish. She understands just as much, if not a little bit more, Spanish than English, because she gets so much language exposure from living with my parents.
Wow.
I talk to her in kind of like half and half. I think sometimes I default to English only because if it's me, Dom, and her together, then I'm going to speak in English. Mm-hmm. But there's this really cool toy that I want to buy her next year. She's not ready for this shit yet. But it's like a little scanner for increasing vocab. And it's geared towards parents who are trying to pick up another language that they're also trying to teach their child. And so the child's able to scan an object, and it gives them the vocab word in that language for that object.
It's like the Google image.
Yeah.
But for
children.
children.
But for kids. for language development.
That's really freaking
So cool. So I think that we're, like, as a family, my personal life goal is that in the next couple years I can take an ASL class and learn it a little bit more seriously myself. So I think once I'm learning it more, it'll give me an opportunity to teach her a little bit more. So right now it's really just really just more. And we've done thank you a couple times, but she's not, like, super consistent because mostly she says thank you, she says gracias. But from her, it sounds more like, yeah. What else does she say in Spanish? She's like a lot. Now, and this is full credit to my mom, by the way. Mom, all you, girl.
On the Motherhood
you, girl.
episode, shout out.
Shout out to my mom. But she, now, it's incredible. She finishes eating. Whenever she's done eating, she picks up her plate and goes, ja, and holds it up so that someone can take it from her. I didn't fucking do that. That was all my mom.
That's really sweet.
I know. It's so cute. She goes, ja, ja. And the first time it happened, I was like, what is she want? And then I realized she was trying to give me her plate. And so I was like, oh. And then I put it down. She was like, ja, ja. So now Dom and I have started, and now when we finish things, we'll go, ja. Which is really fun. But on that note, something that I wanted to talk about is mom guilt, as you know, which is just kind of pervasive. Because I think so much of our messaging around being a woman is geared around shame.
Yes.
And
you could do a whole
you could do
episode on
more.
shame.
You could do more. You could be this. You could be that. You should be doing that. But specifically, I think that the idea that as a mom, you should be like the savant when it comes to your child and love that, I think is really pervasive. Like, even my friends who are working moms, I feel like we know that women tend to hold in heterosexual relationships more domestic labor, right, than their male partners. But the other night I found myself having like a weird, not for the first time, but it was really like present for me, feeling really bad because I was trying to get her back down. And I was like, come on, girl, like, we're trying all this. And she kept asking for my mom. And she didn't want me. And I was trying to, like, negotiate, which she's won.
With it, yeah.
Like, bye. And then finally I gave up. And I just, like, I took her. And I felt bad because on one hand, I'm like, how is it that she doesn't want me? She wants somebody else. But also, I felt like in that moment, my mom would wonder why, like, I can't do it well enough.
You felt like it was both
like dual ended.
Oh my God, like my own child doesn't want me for comfort in this moment, and
my own mom is probably wondering why the heck she's being asked to tap in. Whereas when I talked to my mom about it, my mom was like, that's really sweet that she wants me, and it made her feel nice.
Yeah.
Which, like, again, I'm blessed. Super blessed to have as much support from my mom as I do. Love you, girl. Specifically in the mornings, like, I'll be real. Especially right now that I'm switching jobs, so my schedule's, like, very fluid as I'm freelancing right now, so I don't have, like, set hours, and I'm no longer leaving the house at, like, 5 in the morning for work.
Love.
I love. So now, when she wakes up, she's like, Abu. And then I'm like, okay. And then I take her to my mom, and I give them a bottle, and I'm like, goodbye. And then I disappear, and I sleep a little bit. Or we sleep more, I should say. So I don't feel bad about that. There are times when I feel like I should feel bad about it, because then I think about, like, all my friends that do it without their parents, and they're like, they don't have that, and they still figure it out. But then I'm like, but being exhausted is not a badge of honor, and it's not, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to compare myself because my friends can do it. Like, if I had to, could I do it? Sure. But I don't have to. So I feel bad that I don't, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you're, like, imposing, like we do with a lot of other things and in many other areas as women, we impose these rules or these restrictions or, like, morality clauses onto ourselves, and then we're like, oh my God, I'm not doing this thing that's totally made up and that no one else cares if I do or don't.
Yeah, I feel this way also about just like how much stuff I do in general. Like I freelance. Obviously, we have our pod. I still see my friends pretty often. Sunday nights I go to yoga every week. Like and that's
You have a
not
full life.
that's not accidental. Like that's very intentional. That's very much wasn't our choices that Dom and I make. Because like first of all, it's what I need to be an optimal parent. But also, he doesn't feel bad about it. Like, I feel like maybe I was taking my Lexapro too late in the day a couple weeks ago.
So real.
So real. Honestly, you don't know what it is until you're like, why do I feel like I'm the worst? And then you look at your pill case and you're like, oopsie. I don't know if it was like just straight that hormones. You know, I didn't have my period fairly recently. I say that like I don't get it every month, but I was just feeling so like, I don't know, like I almost expect Dom to be resentful or to be mad at me for how much time I take away from her, and him and her, or like the fact that I'm not like, let's go do family stuff like all the time, like, oh, we have a free like time. And maybe it's the fact that like right now, especially again, he's at home with her, he hasn't gone back to work yet, we have the blessing of being with my parents, and like I don't feel the need to like try and cram in all this family time. Like we just kind of take it what it is, and we do this really cute thing. Oh my God, follow us on Instagram. But Dom and I are starting this new family project, which we didn't do this week, and we haven't posted our first one. Sorry. First post out next week, but we've decided we're going to every week. We're gonna visit a new park with her, and then afterward we're gonna go find spring rolls. Because I fucking love a spring roll.
Oh, love a spring roll.
And so we reserved the Parks and Rolls Instagram app. And it's like gonna be our thing so that like people can get more information. Because the other thing that's hard for us that we discovered when deciding where to take our daughter is that a lot of, oh, this is a great park, but there's no specification on what ages it's good for and whether or not it's toddler friendly.
Right.
And like toddlers just have different needs than older kids. So
yeah, she just loves sitting in the grass.
She does. Or just eating herself everywhere. So I wanted to like kind of create that. So now we're gonna be famfluencer. Just kidding.
Oh, God.
Never. But we are doing that, and so I think that deciding on like these things, like doing that once a week, and now we're trying to gear up towards like a bigger activity. Like we went to the Bay Area Discovery Museum in Sausalito. We took her for the art fest that they had a couple weekends ago. Oh my God, she went to a foam party. It was so cute. I also will have
Was
another
that when she
thought
got
on
covered
that.
in paint?
What? Yeah,
I saw the post.
So cute. So we took her to that and like trying to do like more of those things, but not feeling pressured. Like every moment has to. I saw this quote once from an influencer, and it was like, "I'm not a cruise director.
Ooh.
I'm a mom."
Oh,
And I think that there's so much pressure to like
make every
so many
moment
things special and an activity and like entertaining and whatever. And like honestly, some days like you just don't have it. Like this week we've been sick, you know? I don't have it. I have it for like select activities. Like I had to go get the oil changed yesterday, so I had it for that. But a couple days ago, I was for sure like absolutely not. Like I'm gonna lay here on this play couch and drag big blocks to me and hope that she wants to just do stuff next to me, because I didn't have it in me. And I think that there's also a lot of guilt that goes into that, right? Like if you aren't experiencing like this high joy and gratitude and fulfillment every second, then you don't truly like love being a mom. And that's unrealistic as fuck.
Like she's not gonna remember a lot of stuff probably anyway until she hits a certain age. She's just gonna remember the feeling.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
if you're creating an environment of like love and joy and freedom, humor, whatever, whenever possible, that's going to be so much more important for her, or, you know, the collective. Whoever has a child and is having mom guilt right now and feeling like they have to be a cruise director, it's, I think, like, especially in our year 2026, when we've seen so much publication, I guess, like, so many things on the internet, books, other forms of media that address topics like burnout and, you know, like hustle culture, lack of sleep, blah, blah, blah. I've talked about this before, but specifically related to motherhood. Granted, I am not a mom. I have one, but I am not a mom.
By the way, you said have
teacher.
one sounds like it's like a decorative piece that you have on a shelf. You're like,
I
have one. I did buy one recently. Anyways, I am a child of someone.
I am a, yes, we're all, yes,
Former
we're all
child.
children of someone. But just from what I've observed in the world the last several years, and being a teacher and having kids come home from like a family trip or being on break for a long time, and they come to school and they're like, oh yeah, we didn't get back from Tahoe until 2 a.m. I'm so tired. Like, why are you at school? It's so important to model for your children that you don't have to be 100% on all the time, and you don't have to be creating entertainment, and it's important to rest in addition to doing all of the stereotypical fun family stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I think that alongside that, I think it's also important to model just the importance of being bored, honestly. Like, I feel like, you know, we talk about so much about like how kids these days, like, I have struggle so much with just boredom and just not knowing what to do, or just like figuring stuff out. And I think a lot of it comes from, I know a lot of women, and I watched a lot of women as I was growing up who were that girl, meaning they were like that mom, always put together, their kids fucking were on time, looked perfect, like picture perfect kind of vibes. And not to say that anyone was like perfect, where I was like, oh my god, they literally never erased or anything, and everyone has their shit. But I think that's part of the hard part for me, is like, I'm just so, I take a lot of pride in how like laid back I am in terms of a lot of parenting stuff. Like, I have the things that really, really matter to me, and we can totally get into that. Of, like,
I have witnessed this.
My non-negotiables. But for a large part, like, I am very chill. And I think sometimes I feel like, oh crap, like I'm clearly not that girl. In some ways, like the other day we were out and we forgot her water bottle, didn't bring any snacks, and I was like, oh. But then, you know what we did? We stopped by a store and we bought her a snack and we bought her a water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
you adapt.
It's not, yeah, I think that's part of it too. It's like, who does that actually serve? And does it just serve like that feeling, that like that inner pressure? And I do a lot to work to not be judgy of other parents, and to be like, you know what, like, they're running their families how they want to run their families. Like, I run my family how I want to run my family, and like that. But I do have to admit that sometimes the mean girl in me strikes.
What's her name?
Dude, I don't know her name, but the thing is, like, I choose to be this way. I choose to be a nice person. But there's a demon inside. And she would like... Patricia would like to have a word. Y'all, the way that we're haunted.
We're back from a brief interlude because of technical difficulties. What the fuck? Why? Just why?
Okay. Hopefully this works, and if you're hearing it, then it did work. If you're not hearing this, then I'm just listening to it crying in the bathroom, probably.
Your laptop in the bathroom.
Crazy.
Oh my god.
Anyways, I was saying, Okay, so Patricia would like to have a word.
Yes.
This was, I'm going to give a perfect example. We were at the art museum event. They do this big foam party. And I'm like, oh, I brought her a change of clothes. But we've already used one part of the change of clothes because she had a blowout on the way in, which she hadn't had in months. So I was like, okay, sick, whatever. And then the foam party starts. And I'm like, oh, shit, no, like, I got to get in with her. Like, I got to get in. Because she's little, you know?
Yeah.
She's a little girl. And there's big kids. Like, we're talking, like, there's, like 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds. Like, they're everywhere. Like, I would say from, like, one, like, just little TDs to, like, 10. Mm-hmm. And this is a big group. It's, like, 50 kids. Mm-hmm. So I'm, like, knowing her, she's going to go all in. And so I knew that she was going to jump in there. And then I'm not trying to lose her in the crowd. Plus, this, like, foam machine is going on. So it was kind of, like, a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. Like, we ball, right? Like, Dom's a little, like, stay on the edge. I'm like, nah, fuck it, girl. Like, you want to go on the ground? You're going on the ground. I'm taking off your shoes and your socks, though. Because I'm like, Dom, hold this. And then I'm like, let her rip. And we're just rocking. So she's doing her thing. And as I was approaching, there's a mom. And she was standing in front of me. And a kid who was probably, like, I don't know, like, 8 or 9 was trying to get into the foam party. And so you have to imagine there's like all the kids in the center where all the foam is, and then all the parents kind of like around. Mm-hmm. And so this kid's trying to get in, doesn't see a way. I'm like, oh damn, there's a kid trying to get in. So I was like, hey, you can go in front of me. And then the kid was like, kind of like, what else? So I tapped the mom and said, hey, they're trying to get in. And she said, I'm not trying to be mean, but she was like, oh, I'm watching my baby. And I said, okay, I don't give a fuck. Like, this kid's still trying to get in. So the kid gets in. Whatever. I put my daughter down. She is living her best fucking life. So she's grabbing the foam. She's in the foam. Now I'm in the foam. I'm soaking wet, but I'm like, she's having a great time. I'm having a great time. I love watching her enjoy things. And I noticed the same mom, like, keeps pointing to my daughter, being like, look at her. Look at how she's playing. Like, do that. Trying to get her kid in to the foam. And her kid doesn't want to. And her kid's like, trying to get out of the foam, like, the kid's just like not, and they're the same age. Mm-hmm. So like, it wasn't like she was like a ton bigger. And so part of me, like, of course there's that like demon inside Patricia who's like, yeah, my daughter is having a great time. But more importantly than that, in that moment, I really did feel like, bro, stop trying to make this happen because you want to be in the foam. Yeah. If your kid doesn't want to be in the foam, like, let them leave the fucking foam. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? It was kind of annoying. And it wasn't the only parent that did that. There were a bunch of parents that were like, look. Or, like, I could hear the one more picture and then we're done. And it was just like
using your kid. Like, if you as an adult want to have a foam party,
get in the foam. Get in the fucking foam yourself. But, like, trying to make it because, like, that's what we're here for, whatever. So, I didn't change her. I'm gonna just be real. Like, she didn't get her socks or her shoes wet. So then we went to go get food after that. And we just let her dry out. I dried out. Did I come home with slightly squelchy socks, which made me want to die because, you know, OCD? Yes. However, everything was fine. I did feel, though, like, oh, crap, like, I should have seen this ahead of time. I should pack myself a change of clothes. I should have packed her more clothes. Whatever. We figured it out. We had lunch. I see the same mom. And, like, her kid is now pristine looking. Like, hair slicked back, in a completely different outfit. Like, and I just was like, damn, like, she's that girl. And I'm really not. But at the end of the day, and not in a rude way, but, like, for me, it matters more that, like, my daughter had a fun time and I had a fun time than, like, the
optics of it.
Yeah. And I hate to say that because I really, like I said, that sounds so judgy, and I'm over here being like, I'm trying not to judge. But it is something that kind of bugs me. Is like, first of all, I don't like it when people compare kids to other kids. Because I hated that when people would compare that to me. Even if it's something positive, just don't make a kid feel bad. Yeah. And also, like, just fucking let your kid do what they want to do. And if they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it, you know? I heard this quote about food the other day that really stuck with me. That really stuck with me. Mm-hmm. And it was, as parents, our jobs are to decide where they eat, when they eat, and what they eat. But it's not to decide how much or if they eat.
Ooh.
And I was like, ooh, that's really good, because I think there's so much built into like, oh, like take a bite or whatever, just like
Clean
maybe
your plate.
maybe if I make this very whatever, and like half the time she eats like a fucking forager. I do be like, damn, looks like it's peas, frozen peas, microwaved again. Ooh, ooh, ah. You know what? She fucking loves it. And it's, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's just my personality, or I just think that life is stressful enough. And motherhood is stressful enough. It's hard enough to keep a human being alive and do all the admin stuff the logistics of around a human whose life you have to manage, right? Outside of your own and your families and work and right? Like, all of that is so much. Like, why make it harder by putting like another 16 layers of stress on yourself? Like, it does.
No one's telling you to do that.
And I genuinely think that a lot of it that has informed this kind of perspective on my end is really so the amount of work that I've done around my OCD. And like, I don't feel the need to be certain or to be in control. I have really released that, because I know I'm really not in control. There's very little that I can control.
That people with grown children and grandchildren are still trying to learn. Like, you see that every day.
You do.
In the world.
You do. Yeah, and I think that it's just like, it's not even about me, you know? Like, she's gonna do her own thing for her whole life.
Yeah.
So I don't want to start that now, of trying to get her to do what I want or whatever. And sure, sometimes I'm trying to take a cute picture of her and she doesn't want to turn around. Okay. You know what? She did that in the womb. So girl didn't take an ultrasound after like the I almost said the body check. That's not what it's called. Oh my god. The important one that they do about halfway through, where they like really dig in and they're like looking at every organ, how many chambers of the heart, like all that shit. It's like
when they like
the anatomy scan.
There we go.
I was pregnant. We legitimately didn't get a picture of her after that. She said, fuck all that. Every time we would go in for an ultrasound after that, even halfway during the anatomy scan, she turned around and said, no paparazzi, please. That's
wow. She's been the same since the
utero.
Wow.
She decides. And she's going to do her own thing. And I think, as a woman who has heard from my mom how challenging I was to raise, like, strong personality. I'm not surprised that she has a strong personality. The last thing I want to do is start creating like that clash and now. Because she's just going to want different shit than me, and that I have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
And it has to be a non-negotiable that I accept however she's going to show up, even if that's very different than me. I think the hard part for me would be if her values were dramatically different than mine. Like, if, I'm going to be real, if she went hella right-wing, was incredibly hateful, and like believed in a lot of stuff that I think it's important as a family to not believe, that would be really hard for me. And at the end of the day, it's her life.
Yeah.
And I would hope that I show her the importance of the things that I believe are important, and she sees that importance. But if she doesn't, it's also like, I don't know, people ascribe way too much to parenting. Like, I see people when like kids misbehave and they're like, oh, like those parents must be whatever, and I'm like, dude, also, like, fuck it. Like, first of all, one, they're kids. Two,
yeah, we're all figuring it out.
You don't have that much fucking control.
Because you're raising her vegan.
Yeah.
And, like, how much are you going to enforce that as she gets older and is like Dom still?
Yeah, Dom's not vegan, if anyone was wondering. I know these are the things you really care about. Is that one podcast woman's husband also vegan?
Who worked at a vegan ice cream shop. Is he also
keeps you awake at night. I know. Yeah, so I think that a great example was earlier this week. When it comes to medicine, for example, vaccines have eggs in them.
Important.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to roll up to my pediatrician's office and be like, no, there's eggs. the fuck? Shut the fuck up. Earlier this week when she was sick and a doctor told us like what to buy, I had like a moment of like, because it was going to be honey based. And I was like, I really don't like that. But then I was like, you know what? Whether it's self-justification or not, this is about her health. It's something that like is like quote unquote medically necessary. But suck it up. The irony is that Dom ended up buying the agave based one of that brand. So it was actually not.
It was fine.
I was like, great. I don't necessarily know if I would call it strict. I think being very open. I think a lot of this, I had a boss that was vegan, and his wife and all their kids were vegan, and it wasn't that their kids weren't aware. It was just that they genuinely didn't like it because they had good food that they liked eating, and they didn't like the taste. They didn't even like the like meat replacement stuff because they were like, ugh.
Yeah.
They didn't like how it like felt texture wise. So I think if she, turns whatever 15 and is like, Mom, I want to do all these things, and I'm gonna be like, all right, well, like, why it's important to me, but at the end of the day, it's your body, it's your life, it's your decisions, and I think it's important for people to make those. Will I impart like why I believe it's so important? Sure, but at the end of the day, like, I can't fucking control her. What am I gonna do? Like, chase her down in college and be like, get that fucking piece of bacon out your mouth? Like, no, that would be psychotic. Okay.
Are we working now? Third time's the charm.
Okay. I know they can't see you, but I can see you. So get on the floor.
Here we are. We're back. Should we insert music or something? Should we do like little things in between all of these inserts because it's so insane?
Y'all, I really think, and this is actually really relevant to motherhood.
Oh, bring it back. Here we go.
Here we go. I really just think that sometimes done is so much better than perfect. Ooh. And we let ourselves get so caught up in, well, people think, oh, this isn't polish or whatever. And it's like, dude, just fucking show up and do the shit. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes our intro sounded like a demon a couple episodes ago. And it was kind of funny. But, like, last week when it totally cut it off. And then the audio was like, completely different when we were like talking. And the hilarious part is, I'll just be straight up with y'all. I edited out Olivia being like, hello, are you there right now? I edited out. Tell me why I'm listening to the episode. And somehow that didn't actually get edited out. So you couldn't hear at the end. Hello. Oh, no. I'm trying to say something. And this shit is literally like, hello. So anyways.
I'm so sorry. Me, like a toddler in the grocery store without my mom.
At one point you said, rescue? Huh? But you know what? No one died. And it's not like, okay.
We're not trying to win a Grammy yet.
Even if we were, like, how many times do we get ourselves, like, we don't even let ourselves do anything because we can't do the best thing. Or we can't do the most polished thing. Or we can't, and I think that honestly, like, before I had kids, this is not an announcement.
Whoa, this is not a pregnancy.
Anyways, in conclusion, but genuinely, before then, I really feel like I felt such a pressure to do it correctly, and
on the first try.
Yeah, and I think that I've accepted, of course, that, like, I'm going to make mistakes and I'm going to fuck up, and I'm learning so much now that I would totally use if I had another kid. But I think overwhelmingly, like, I feel really proud that I know what my, like, big non-negotiables are. And those are the things that have stuck. And there's been other stuff that stressed me out and that's kind of gone away or whatever. But, like, I don't feel like I put too much pressure on myself now. In the very beginning, I mean, like, yeah, you're freshly postpartum and all the fuck's going on, sure. But like now I feel like I'm really good with that.
You're okay with being
a mess.
Because
we all are, and like whatever, at least I'm honest about it,
Yeah, and like we were saying earlier, like, she's not gonna, or they, if you end up having number 2, which we can get into because you want to talk about that, they're not gonna remember this time as like, oh, everything was shit. It's so imperfect. Like, my mom wasn't doing all that Pinterest stuff the other moms were doing. Because,
Oh my God, like Easter baskets? Bro.
oh, do we have another hot take coming?
If you're that girl, I applaud you. You know what we did for Easter? Nothing. She got a very cute little felt bag that matched that went to her cousins that live back home in Colombia.
Aww.
And all of them got pictures, and we're gonna collage it of the three of them holding the little felt bag. That's it. That's it. Like, we didn't do, I don't know. It's also just like, yeah, we could talk about the commercialism and everything, but also it's just like, back to like, you're not a cruise director. I also think there's so much pressure for like moms to create this magical experience. Like, we see this with Christmas magic, like growing up and you realize that there wasn't Christmas magic, it was your mom all along. But like, there's just so much pressure for moms to do and to make everything an event and to make everything special and beautiful and wonderful. And like you said, they're not going to remember that, but you know who will? Me. And I don't want to look back at this time and just be frustrated that that I was trying to do the Pinteresty stuff and I didn't,
and
or
it didn't work out
like
the way you wanted.
I want to look back and be like, I was really present and I like really, I did my best, because my best is all I can do at, you know, being with her, not being on my phone all the time when I'm with her, like engaging with her, doing things like integrating her into my life and not letting me only feel like all I do is mom her, because
and that you have no sense of
makes
self.
it hard. You know what I mean? Like, I think that it's really important for me to look back and to have enjoyed this time, not just have it go by hella quick, because that's what everyone and their mom is like, it's all so quick, and I'm like, yeah, and it goes so quick, and yet we spend the whole time just like worried and harried, you know?
Yeah, and even getting nostalgic before
it even is gone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna end our conversation, or this part of our conversation, by asking Olivia a question she doesn't know I'm about to ask her. Olivia, how many kids do you want? Go.
Max 3, but ideally 2, because I'm gay, and things can happen when you do
Straight sex?
fertility. Yes. Tune in later this season for the sex episode, in which we talk about straight sex. And but no, things can happen. There's just like a higher probability of having multiples. Yeah, when you do fertility, you know, specifically IVF. So ideally, an older son and a younger daughter.
That's so specific, girl.
Because Bella and I are both eldest daughters. And we would love to, you know, not have all 3 of us be eldest daughters.
Wouldn't it be healing?
Much. I don't know. I mean, of course, I'm gonna love whatever child's emerges. Hello.
This is for this being an audio only episode. We're really missing out on a lot.
I know. Rookie mistake.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck off. Anyways,
yeah. So whatever, and because you never know if they're gonna end up being trans anyway.
Right.
So
it's true.
I mean,
it's
not under my control.
Right.
But 2 for me is the magic number.
Do you have an idea of like it? So the reason I'm asking is because I want to share my thoughts about this pre-having kids and now having had a kid. Do you have thoughts about like age gap?
Oh, I have really strong opinions on age gap.
Please share.
Yeah, I grew up, one of my best friends in elementary through high school. Emily Kelvin, if you're listening, miss you, girl. Think about you. Hope you're doing well with whatever animal-oriented thing you decided to do.
Emily with the wolves.
And her initials are Elk.
Oh,
isn't that just like,
okay? That's poetic,
isn't it?
That's someone
cool.
up above being like, "Yo,
yeah,
this girl gonna work with the." Again, wolves are coming to mind, but I don't Do you like wolves?
Is Camila a wolf girl? Tune in next episode. But she's the one, we have the same mole on the same arm. And I don't know if I ever told you about that.
No,
Our
I'm so
telepathy-
sorry. We haven't discussed your mole buddy.
Well, yeah, because we discovered this in elementary school. We have the same mole on the same arm. It's exactly the same, and we had the same dream once. And we're like, it's the telepathy mole.
We're here. The mole spoke to me. What did the mole speak to you about? Gross.
Girlhood. Anyway. Point being,
Back to Emily.
back to Emily. Her younger brother
Yes.
is like a year and a bit younger than her.
Okay.
And that's a crazy gap to me. Like putting them so close together. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but either way, not for me. I need my kid to be able to walk and independently use the bathroom before we introduce someone else's butt into the equation. Like, I want a 3 or 4 year age gap.
4 years. Wow. Okay.
Because that's me and my brother.
So
my brother and I
what-
are almost 4.
Okay, so not to delve too deep into Olivia's personal life right now, I guess. This whole pod. Oops. But you're 28.
Mm-hmm.
And
And a half.
And you want a 4-year age gap between your kids. So what?
So, yeah, so that would mean because we have not pursued, we're gonna move in. That's a conversation for later. But we're planning on moving in. We talk about kids a lot, and we both want to be more financially stable individually and more prepared together for all the expenses that come with children, like we talked about in our Motherhood Part 1 episode. So we're looking at 3-4 years before we start trying, and then she's going first. So I could be pregnant at 35 or so,
Okay.
which is, like it's not just that's the other soapbox I wanted to get on this episode. We talked about fertility last time. It's not just about the age and quality of your eggs. When you're choosing, in this case, for my gays out there, when you're choosing a sperm donor, the sperm matters too.
Mm-hmm.
Like and this is also like a self-compassion thing for if you're actively trying and struggling. Don't forget that. Like, pregnancy is not one-sided in either direction. It's not just like, Henry VIII.
I was about to say,
like, whatever. Like, it's not just about, my seed is going to produce a strong son.
Right.
It's not just about that.
Yep.
And it's not just about the eggs from whichever woman's body, because you still have eggs as you age. You just don't
So
have
does that
as
mean
many.
you're looking at freezing your eggs sooner rather than later?
I don't know, because I'm not sure yet if I want to just go ahead and freeze them with the financial, status that I have right now. Grad school, no car. That's a time. I don't know if I want to go ahead with freezing the eggs, or if I want to kind of chance it and then do like IUI, where it's just whatever eggs I've got, we see
What happened?
how they do. And that's scary to me, because like I work with special ed kids, and this goes into a whole discussion about like what you're willing to do as a parent. And like I want my child, like everybody does, I want my child to be healthy and to have every opportunity, and I am wanting to love them no matter what. I also know that with the job that I have, the things that I've seen, I'm not sure what would happen if I had a child who was born with like a rare condition or something because of the age of my eggs or
Yeah, but your child's gonna be born with a rare condition, regardless.
like genetics are scary.
Again, back to the whole control thing. Like, I think that that's where you get into, like, yes, as queer folks, I think that we have a different idea about the realities of conception and of fertility, because people start planning for it a lot younger. At least I've noticed, like, people are thinking about the financial realities, whatever.
Yeah.
People don't accidentally get gay pregnant, right?
Usually.
Sure. Sure. Caveats, as always, but I think that it also might create like a false sense of control where you think that you can control for all these things. Like, you put a lot of, again, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to think about. It's kind of like, what do I want to equate it to? It's kind of like my thoughts on, like, oh, in a perfect world this happens, whatever, but like understanding that most likely it won't.
Yeah, like
know what I mean?
You can
Like-
allow yourself to hope for the best,
Right.
but still like
Because also, like, it's not like you would love your child any less if they had a heart condition
yeah.
or anything else. I think people make this conversation so much about, like, impact on potential intellectual disability. And not only is that, like, ableist sometimes, depending on, like, the context and, like, the framing of it, but also, like, I don't know, like, it's well, not again. I'm so sorry. What the heck?
Oh no, it's your husband.
Oh, it is my husband. That's why he got across. He got across the troll that protects my phone on Do Not Disturb. I don't know. I don't know what we got.
His name is Patricia.
And there's a troll.
There's a troll
that guards my
named
phone.
Daniela.
Anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I think that it's like, yeah, those are all nice and whatever, but also, like, life is life, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
and you can't control. I'm just saying, like, because I'm not here to get into eugenics. That's not where we're going.
no.
But-
I was just thinking about your conversation of, like, I wouldn't want this to happen because of whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but also it could happen for any reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
random mutations happen.
Happen.
That's science.
Right.
So
And then I also think that about the age gap thing. You know what I mean? Like, you could have multiples on the first round.
yeah, which is terrifying. Even if I'm not the one carrying them, like 2 or more on the first go is. You want to talk daunting?
Welcome to parenthood.
You're talking
Yeah.
about, oh my god, a second one, but like all of them at the same time, everything everywhere all at once.
Yeah. But then you're done.
Yeah.
Plus side, you're done. If you only want 2 kids. You got twins, you're done.
Well, if that's the thing though, if we had twins first, I'd want to go again and get a younger one.
Again.
But if we did
Are we shopping at REI? And so I'd want to go again, then grab another one. Like, you sure sound commercial about these things.
Well, there's a lot of it is very money oriented. And
It is. And also, like, I don't know. I feel like my biggest thing when it comes to this is, like, I think it's important to let yourself have opinions. I'm not saying don't have opinions or thoughts or feelings.
We would never
whatever.
tell you to not have opinions.
Right. We have lots of them. However, you know, like, give yourself also the room to grow and change and whatever, because
I used to not, I talked about this on the
Yeah.
previous episode. I used to want twins and a younger one, and then I wanted no kids, and then I wanted to adopt, and then I wanted to be a surrogate for other people, and now I'm like pregnancy sounds like a lot. I'm like, I will do it, but it's not my first choice. So I'm like, okay, let's have the children together, and my girlfriend really, really, really wants to be pregnant and to experience that. I know I don't get it.
Horrific.
I don't.
If I was gay, let me tell you. Just kidding, I am gay. But if I had a girlfriend, absolutely not. Like the amount of times I said to Dom, "Why could you be a woman and carry this child?" When I was pregnant, crazy work. He will be the first one to tell you that I was like,
Let's yeet this thing out of here.
I cannot. I hate being pregnant. I don't want to be pregnant. That's the reality. I want another kid. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be pregnant so bad. Like, so bad.
But there's no guarantee that this pregnancy would be the same.
No, but it could be worse.
It could always be
I met a woman once who was like, oh, my first pregnancy was horrible. My second pregnancy was worse. But my third pregnancy was the worst. And I was like, perfect! She was like, my husband had to bribe me a lot for that third one. And then after that, I said, absolutely not. And I was like, oh, okay, perfect. So
oh my God. Yeah, we haven't even talked about push presents and that
whole culture. Oh my God. That'll be next time. Next time, why don't we...
Part 3.
Motherhood Part 3. No, let's just talk about, like, the rituals, the gear, the, like...
types of birth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like an archetype, a parent archetype. You know? It's basically that.
Yeah.
Like a baby moon.
Baby moons.
Baby moons, you know. There's so much. Mm-hmm. There's so much. But we won't cover it all today. Don't worry. We know we've been giving you these big boys. And that's what to describe the fact that our episodes have been long.
I can't.
Oh, don't you love me?
Okay. Songs of the week?
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. My first song of the week. So I don't know how you feel about Shazam as a concept. I fucking love Shazam.
I used it this morning.
I love to be out somewhere and be like, what's this song? Love it.
And then not add it to my playlist.
No, but I do. I do be adding it. I go directly to my Spotify and I add that shit immediately because I'm not trying to do all that for nothing. So my first song was one that I heard somewhere. Don't ask me where. I don't fucking know. Speaking of motherhood, after you have a baby, Swiss cheese. My brain, it's not written down. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I'm still very organized. If you would like to hire me and listening to this episode, I am a great worker. Detail-oriented.
Very systematic.
Yes.
Efficient.
And funny as fuck, bro. I will be not just a personality
great
hire,
saleswoman.
But yeah, seriously.
Has connections.
It's pitching me for my... Can you imagine? I submit a job ad, but it's just a link. Get like a timestamp. These are all my positive qualities that I bring to your organization. Okay. Anyways, so my first song is Glide by Naked. And Olivia. Portugal the Man. Oh my God. I was like, I knew it. It just escaped me. Sorry about that. And then my second one, I know I brought up a Gavin Copeland song the other day. But this time I'm bringing you Black Smoke by Gavin Copeland because that was hitting a little hard. And honorary mention goes to the
this is now an award show.
What I tried to find, but I couldn't find on Spotify, so I went with Black Smoke instead. But Dom has shown me this edit of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse that's like such a good deep trap edit. It's like MICKEY MOUSE it goes hard. Anyways, what are your songs of the week, Olivia?
Love that. In case you haven't heard, in case you haven't seen it on the gram or any other social media platform or heard it from your fellow Gen Z / young millennial coworkers, Hillary Duff is back.
That was the longest. Okay, that was a lot. Continue.
I'm excited about it. Don't think...
He stayed in the car for the entirety to listen to the new album.
Dominic Nudo, thank you very much.
Damn, full legal name and everything.
Whatever your middle name is.
Joseph.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know this.
She came back. I mean, she's had children. She dyed her hair blue a few years ago. She's been
all over the world.
She's been all over the world. And she released this album that is about divorce. Ooh, escándalo. Divorce and aging, but it's like still bops, you know?
Yeah.
So she has a couple of songs, and one of them that I have not been able to get out of my head in the last couple weeks is Holiday Party. And it's about her being jealous of whatever imaginary coworker her husband has who's flirting with him at the holiday party. And it's just her like raw insecurity, but it's like a nighttime driving bop.
Okay.
It's so good. And then Vibe Shift, more gay indie pop garbage that I love. Cigarette by The Beaches. And this song, when I put it on the playlist and you hear it for the first time, you're going to be like, how horny is this woman?
Oh my God. You're really leading up to the sex episode. Catch us next week when Olivia will tell you another horny song. Olivia's horny song.
Plenty of horny songs. And it's just, when you listen to the chorus, it's just like moaning.
Once again, I am not the wild one you got to watch out for, all right?
It's always the quiet ones.
It's always the quiet ones.
The ones who can't raise their hand in class because they're too nervous.
Oh my God. No, you were giving me that direction. Okay. Anyways, with that, thank you for being here. Thanks for loving on our mess. Sounds weird, but
That's, yeah, nope.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Cut that.
It just, no, I'm not going to. I know. See you next week. Stay messy.
Bye.